no matter how charismatic, how caring, how ethical, how lovely a leader is, if they don't have a good strategic network, which I'll define in 1 second, then they are going to struggle with what's called Cantor's, K-A-N-T-E-R, symbols of power. Strategic networks are one of 3 broad classes of networks. You got your personal network, your friends and family. You got your operational network, your direct reports. And then you have the strategic network that's composed of people at the same level as you or above, both within and outside your own organization. When we talk about what a leader does, a leader's job in many cases is to protect and promote their people. Who are they protecting them from? Who are they promoting them to? It's somebody else either in the organization or outside of that organization. So Cantor symbols of power have nothing to do with what your people think of you. They have everything to do of the influence you have outside of your job title. Can you intervene on somebody's behalf to protect them? Can you, when a new opportunity opens, do you know the people that are going to be able to pull the trigger and place somebody into that role? So those are the types of, so that's really, the one is the proxy for success. This other one is this idea that without a strategic network, we're not going to be in a very strong position to look out for our people. And then the last reason is this particular person, this particular recruiter has a really strong interest in D&I. There is what's called the broken rung problem, which is that the reason we don't see as much, we see some folks that are traditionally struggle to get into leadership positions within an organization. It's usually not when they're a senior VP trying to go C-suite. It's usually when they're a frontline or midline manager. That's when we have trouble getting them past those problems. And so that's why I call it the broken rung problem.
Okay.
We know that sponsorship is one of the best ways to get somebody over that line, up to the rungs where they can actually start climbing again. Sponsorship is not mentorship. It's not coaching. It's outward facing. It's promoting your people and promoting those individuals that you know would be successful in that role. Who do we promote these people to? Other people in our strategic network. So those are the 3 reasons why he puts such emphasis on those, the strategic network of somebody he's trying to place.
Okay, I'm glad you pointed that out, because actually when you started talking about the importance of the network, I almost got a little nervous that it would be a slap in the face to diversity, that this is my network, this is my little niche, and these are my people, and I'm going to make it. So I was worried that it would actually rule out opening the conversation, opening leadership roles to other people. But you're saying it can have just the opposite effect.
It can, and it can definitely cut both ways. I mean, there's a reason why when I say the old boys club, everyone pretty much knows what I'm talking about. So there can be that use of strategic networks as an exclusionary tool. I don't think that's healthy for anybody's strategic network, something I'll talk about later if we have time. This idea is everybody in your network, if they look like you, think like you, act like you, what are you getting out of that network then? There's just a bunch of clones. Yeah. So you got to kind of have the diversity of thought and have an open network. And that's not going to be something that's gained by just hanging out at the country club.
Right, right. The other thing you mentioned was that part of a strategic network is not just your direct reports, not just your family, but both people within and external to the organization. I think it'd be interesting, listeners, if you start doing some self-assessment of your own network, like check the health of your network right now. When I went up for a promotion not too long ago, I realized internally I had a great network. I knew people all over the campus, all over the university. But then I had to have these letters of recommendation written from people external to the university. And then it felt a lot slimmer to me. It was like I had not been strategic enough about building the relationships external to my own organization. I knew a lot of people, but I think, having somebody following you on LinkedIn is not somebody in your network, I don't think. As much as I love that people follow me on LinkedIn, there's more to the kind of network that I think you're describing. Yes, Ernest?
Oh, absolutely. It's when That's in fact that's one of the networking mistakes. One of the classic ones is equating one's social media presence with their network, especially the strategic network. You're not collecting baseball cards. It's not like Pokemon cards. You get as many people as to click that accept button for you, and and I have to talk to my MBAs about it all the time. I have 11,000 connections. I'm so well networked. It's like, no, you don't. I mean, you may have that many people that click the accept button, but if you got fired tomorrow, who can you call and who's going to actually pick up the phone and be able to help you out with? That's your actual network, or at least your strategic network. And as Brenda was saying, this isn't just about placement by any stretch of it.
Right.
But if we think about what does a healthy network have, it's a garden. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's not that baseball card collection where, I connected with, Elon Musk 9 years ago, and there we go. And, well, he doesn't remember you, and it's unlikely he's going to pick up that call in all likelihood.
Right.
So it is something about focusing in on those relationships, not in a purely transactional type way, but focusing on those relationships of people that are going to what will eventually become your own personal board of directors. And you're going to be on their personal board of directors, other people in your network. So that's one of those common networking mistakes, is thinking that because I have a social media presence, I have this really strong really strong strategic network. And that's just not the case. That's akin to, it used to be a really bad practice. People would go to these networking functions and basically break into the coat room and put their business cards in everybody's pocket. That's not networking. That's littering. There's a very different, there's a skill to this. And sometimes people will make some early mistakes on that because they think that that's what networking is just mass pushing your name out there when that's not what it's about.